real mean and green.
Welcome back. What is the matter, my sons?
Master, we have to shred the shredder.
We can't let him go on doing whatever he pleases, hurting innocent people.
Whoa, what's going on, guys?
Yeah, you're all as red as boiled turtles. Or is it lobsters that turn red?
We're the ones who'll do the boiling. We'll boil Shredder, armor and all!
Master, please allow us to battle Shredder. He has no honor.
I see. Even you are blinded by anger, Leonardo. This simply will not do. Let me warn you of one thing. Right now, none of you are fit to defeat Shredder.
Master, we had our guard down last time. This time, we won't lose.
There's no way we can lose.
You all are lacking something. Until you realize what it is that you lack, you have no chance at all.
Something lacking? But what?
A cape and tights? Maybe not.
It seems you are in need of training. I have something to teach you. Follow me.
Huh? Shell sweep! Ha! Ha! Ha!
You're only embarrassing yourselves. You're only embarrassing yourselves.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
I sense a practice session in our future. I just hope Master Splinter doesn't hear
Shell
about
sweep!
this.
Shell sweep! Shell...
Well, that could have gone better.
Cap...
Well, that could have gone better.
Sorry!
Master Splinter is so going to kill us.
Way to go, Shelper Brains.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
And you guys call yourselves ninja? I sense a practice session in our future. Well, that could have gone better. And you guys call
You're only embarrassing yourselves.
Go now, my sons. You have made it through this training. I believe you now know what it is that you lacked.
Yes, Master. The thing that we lacked was
Superpowers!
a serene heart and trust in each other.
We're turtles, after all. If we four work together,
We kick butt! Right, Master?
Yes, you have all learned well. Having now gained serenity of heart, grasped the essence of ninjutsu, and learned the secret art of Genbu, you are now prepared to face Shredder.
What's this about Gumbo?
And now I shall tell you of the ties that bind Shredder to myself. Shredder is the sworn enemy of my ever-beloved teacher, Hamato Yoshi. His true identity is Oroku Saki, a master ninja. It is fated that he and I must battle someday,
and that time is now.
yes, my sons, We must defeat Shredder and avenge my master Yoshi.
Cowabunga!
Hold it right there! Take me with you!
Mr. Jones, this battle will most likely exceed any previous in the extent of danger it holds. Please, leave this to my sons.
No! That's not gonna happen! I got a bone to pick with those guys, too!
Yeah, now I remember. Master, please let him come with us.
Raph, what are you saying?
Leo's right. Casey's a good-looking guy, but he may not be Shredder's type.
Casey, I want to do something to help too, but
Stop, April. You don't understand. I got an old score to settle with the Foot, and if I pass this up, I'll never forgive myself. I owe it to...
I understand, Mr. Jones. Please lend your aid to my son.
Now you're talking! Let's do it, guys!
Yeah!
Master Shredder, some suspicious characters have... the turtles. So they are still alive. Hun, bring me that lying stockman. I'm afraid he hasn't been seen for days. Just what is that man plotting? No mind. Hun, do you understand what I need you to do? Yes, sir. I'll do it immediately. I have quite a prize for you if you manage to get this far.
It's him! He's the one up... Right.
Sorry! Sweet! Oh yeah! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Ooh, that's gotta hurt! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Boom! Shell sweet! Eat feet! 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 Shell sweet! Cowabunga! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Cowabunga! Shell sweet! Mycosaurus Rex! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet!
Out of my way!
Oh yeah!
Now I'm mad! Now I'm mad! Now I'm
Oh
mad!
yeah!
How about that?
Shell sweep!
How about that?
Ooh, that's gotta
How
hurt.
about that? Out of my way, Nimrod! How about that?
Boom! Boom! Eat feet, eat feet!
How about that?
Shell
How about
sweep!
that?
Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Ooh,
Out of
that's
my
gotta
way,
hurt.
Nimrod! How
Shell
about
sweep!
that?
Eat feet, eat feet,
Now
eat
I'm
feet,
mad.
eat feet! Ha! Ha!
Now I'm
Ha! 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 Boom, baby! Yeah! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Look out! Eat feet! 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 Boom! Shell sweep! Oh yeah!
Feel that?
Look out!
Yeah!
Oh yeah! Look out! Boom, baby! Yeah! Cowabunga!
How about that? Now I'm mad! Out of my way, Nimrod! Now I'm mad!
Look
How
out!
about that? Out of my way, Nimrod! Out of my way, Nimrod!
Cowabunga!
Now I'm
Shell
mad!
sweep! Shell
How about
sweep!
that? How about that? Now I'm mad! How about that? Out of my way, Nimrod! Now I'm mad! Now I'm mad!
Ooh, that's
Now
gotta
I'm
hurt!
mad.
Cowabunga! Shell
How about
sweep!
that? How about that? Now I'm mad! Out of my way, Nimrod!
Eat feet! Eat feet!
Out of my way!
Eat feet! Eat
Now
feet!
I'm mad!
Look out!
How about
Look
that?
out!
Now I'm mad! How about that? Now I'm mad! Now I'm mad!
Shell
How
sweep!
about that?
Shell sweep! Look out!
Yeah!
Yeah!
How about that?
Shell sweep!
How about that?
Shell sweep!
How about
Shell
that?
sweep!
Out of my way!
Shell
Nim.
sweep!
Out of my way! Nim.
Shell
Out of my
sweep!
way! Nimrod!
Shell
How about
sweep!
that?
Shell
How about
sweep!
that?
Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Mycosaurus Rex! Shell sweep!
Ah!
Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
Ah!
Shell sweep! Shell... Yeah! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Mycosaurus...
Ha! Ha!
Look out! Shell sweep!
Ha! Yeah!
All right!
Who wants a piece of me? It's him! Run!
Right.
How about that?
Yeah! Shell sweep!
Now I'm mad.
Cowabunga! Shell sweep! Cowabunga! That's good! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Mycosaurus!
How about that? How about that? Now I'm mad. Out of my way, Nimrod! How about that?
Oh yeah!
Out of my way, Nimrod! Now I'm mad! Now I'm mad! Now I'm mad! How about that? Out of my way! Out of my way, Nimrod!
Shell
Out of
sweep!
my way, Nimrod!
Shell
How about
sweep!
that? How about that?
Oh
How about that?
yeah!
Out of my way, Nimrod! How about that? Now I'm mad! Now I'm mad! Now I'm mad! How about that? Out of my way,
Shell
Nimrod!
sweep! Mycosaurus
Now I'm
Rex!
mad!
Boom!
Now I'm mad! Yeah!
Look out!
How about that? Out of my way, Nimrod! Now
Shell
I'm
sweep!
mad!
Shell
How about
sweep!
that? How about that? Now I'm mad! Out of my way, Nimrod!
Look out!
Out of my way, Nimrod! Now I'm mad! How about that? Now I'm mad! Out of my way, Nimrod! Now I'm mad! Now I'm...
Shell sweep!
How about that?
Oh yeah!
Out of my way, Nimrod! Out of my way, Nimrod! Now I'm mad!
Boom,
How about
baby!
that? How about
Shell
that?
sweep!
Now I'm mad! How about that? How about that? How about that? Out of my way, Nimrod! Now I'm mad! Out of my way, Nimrod!
Shell sweep!
Now I'm mad!
Oh, look out!
How about that?
Shell sweep!
Now I'm mad! Out of my way, Nimrod! How about
Shell sweep!
Out of my way, Nimrod! How about
Boom,
that?
baby!
How about that? How about that?
Shell
Out of
sweep!
my way, Nimrod!
Shell
How about
sweep!
that? Now
Shell
I'm mad!
sweep!
How about that?
Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
How about
Eat
that?
feet! Eat 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 feet!
How about that? Now I'm mad!
Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet!
Now I'm mad!
Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet!
Out of
eat
my
feet,
way,
eat
Nimrod.
feet! Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet!
Now I'm mad! How
Look
about
out!
Now I'm mad!
Shell sweep! Yeah! Booyah!
Feel that? Feel that? Out of my
Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Shell...
Now I'm
Shell
mad.
sweep!
Out of my way,
Shell
Nimrod.
sweep! Shell sweep!
Now I'm mad.
Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
Now
Shell
I'm mad.
sweep!
Now I'm mad.
Shell sweep! Shell
Now I'm
sweep!
mad. Out of my way, Nimrod.
Shell sweep!
How about that? How about that?
Shell sweep!
How about that? Out of my way, Nimrod. How
All
about that?
right!
Out of my way,
Shell
Nimrod.
sweep!
How about
Shell
that?
sweep! Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
How about that? Out of my
Shell
way,
sweep!
Nimrod. Now I'm mad.
Yeah!
How about that?
Look
How
out!
about that?
Shell sweep!
How about that?
Shell sweep!
Out of my
Shell
way,
sweep!
Nimrod. How about that?
Shell sweep!
How about that? How about that?
Shell sweep! Shell
about
sweep!
that?
Shell sweep!
How about that?
Shell
Now
sweep!
I'm mad.
Shell sweep!
Out of my way, Nimrod. Out of my way, out of my way, Nimrod. How about that? Now I'm mad.
Shell
How about
sweep!
that? How about that? Now I'm mad.
Shell sweep!
Now I'm mad.
Shell
How about
sweep!
that?
Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
How about that? Out of my way, Nimrod. How about that?
Shell sweep!
How
Shell
about
sweep!
that? How about that?
Shell sweep! Mycosaurus
mad.
Rex!
How about that? Now I'm mad.
Shell
How about
sweep!
that?
Shell sweep!
Out of my way,
Shell sweep.
Nimrod. Out of my way,
Shell sweep.
Nimrod.
Shell sweep! Mycosaurus Rex! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
How about
Shell
that?
sweep!
How about
That's
that?
gotta hurt!
How about
Shell
that?
sweep! Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
Now
Shell
I'm
sweep!
mad.
Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
Out of my way. Now I'm
Shell
mad.
sweep!
How about
Shell
that?
sweep!
about that?
Mycosaurus Rex! Shell sweep!
Out of my way, Nimrod.
Mycosaurus Rex! Mycosaurus
mad.
Rex!
How about
Shell
that?
sweep!
How about that?
Cowabunga!
How about
That's
that?
gotta hurt! Cowabunga! Mycosaurus!
that? Now I'm
Cowabunga! Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
How about
Shell
that?
sweep! Shell
How about
sweep!
that? Out of my way, Nimrod. Now I'm mad.
Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet!
Ha!
Eat feet! 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 Eat
How about that? Out of my way, Nimrod.
Eat feet! 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 Eat feet!
Ha! Ha!
Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
How about
Shell
that?
sweep!
Out of my way, Nimrod!
Shell
How
sweep!
about that?
Shell sweep!
Out of my way, Nimrod!
Shell
Out of my
sweep!
way, Nimrod! Out of
Shell
my... Out of...
Mycosaurus Rex! Ha! Ha! Look out! Ooh, that's got
Now
a
I'm mad.
cowabunga!
How about that?
Shell sweep!
How about that?
Ha!
How about
Yeah!
that? Out of my way, Nimrod! How about that?
Shell sweep!
How about that?
Shell sweep!
How about that?
Mean turn.
How about that? Now. Out of my way, Nimrod.
Eat feet, eat feet.
Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad. How about that? Now I'm mad.
Boom, baby.
Out of my way, Nimrod.
Yeah, look out.
How about that?
Mean turn.
Now I'm mad.
Oh yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? How about that? Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad. Out of my way. Now I'm mad. How about that?
Mycosaurus Rex. Shell sweep.
How about that? Now I'm
Shell
mad.
sweep.
Out of my way.
Mycosaurus Rex. Shell sweep.
Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad. Now I'm
Shell
mad.
sweep.
How about that? Out of my way, Nimrod.
Shell sweep. Oh yeah.
Now I'm mad.
Shell sweep.
How about that?
Shell sweep.
Out of my way,
Shell
Nimrod.
sweep.
How about that? Out of my way. And now I'm mad. Out of my way. And now I'm mad. Out of my way, Nimrod.
Eat. Look out! Shell sweep! Ouch!
Out of my way, out of my way,
Shell sweep.
Nimrod. Now I'm mad. How about that? Now I'm mad.
Eat feet!
Out of my way, Nimrod. Out of my way, Nimrod. Out of my way, Nimrod.
Yeah! Shell sweep!
Now I'm mad.
Shell sweep.
Out of my way, out of my way, out of my way, Nimrod. Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad. How about that? How about
Shell sweep!
How about that? Now I'm mad.
Yeah!
Unidentified persons have been detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate removal. Unidentified persons have been detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate removal.
Now I'm mad.
Unidentified persons have been detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate removal.
Now I'm mad.
Unidentified persons have been detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate removal.
How about that?
Unidentified persons have been detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate removal.
How about that?
Unidentified persons have been detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate removal. Unidentified persons have been detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate removal. Unidentified persons have been detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate removal. Unidentified persons have been detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate removal.
Out of my way, Nimrod.
Unidentified persons have been detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate removal. Unidentified persons have been detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate removal.
How about that? How about that? Out of my way.
Unidentified persons
Out of
have
my
been
way.
detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate removal.
How about that? How about that? How about that?
Unidentified persons have been detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate removal. Unidentified persons have been detected within the research facility. All security personnel are requested to proceed with immediate danger. Toxic gas contamination possible.
Now I'm mad. Out of my way, Nimrod.
Danger.
How about
Toxic
that?
gas contamination possible.
How about that? How about that?
All personnel
Out of my
within
way,
the facility
Nimrod.
should evacuate immediately.
How about that?
Due to a control system failure, Experiment Omega has become
Out of my way.
unstable.
Now I'm mad. Out of my way.
That's
Out of
gotta
my way,
hurt. That's
Nimrod.
gotta hurt. Shell sweet.
Out of my way, Nimrod. How about that?
Shell sweet.
Now
Shell
I'm mad.
sweet.
Now
Shell
I'm
sweet.
mad.
Shell sweet.
How about that? How about that? How about that? Yeah! How about that? Out of my way, Nimrod. How about that? How about that?
Shell sweet.
How about that? How about
That's
that?
gotta hurt. Shell sweet. That's gotta hurt. Cowabunga.
Out of my way, Nimrod. Now
Shell
I'm
sweet.
mad. Now I'm mad. Out of my
Shell
way,
sweet.
Nimrod. Out of my way, Nimrod.
Shell
Now I'm
sweet.
mad.
That's gotta
How about
hurt.
that?
Shell sweet.
Out of my
Shell
way.
sweet.
Now I'm
Shell
mad.
sweet. Shell sweet.
How about
Shell
that?
sweet. Shell sweet. That's gotta hurt.
Out of my
Shell
way,
sweet.
Nimrod. Now I'm mad.
That's gotta
Now I'm
hurt.
mad.
That's got
How about
Shell
that?
sweet.
How
Shell
about that?
sweet. Shell sweet.
Out of my way, Nimrod.
Shell sweet.
How about that?
Shell sweet. Shell sweet. Cowabunga.
mad.
That's gotta hurt.
Emergency. Experiment Omega is completely out of control.
How about that? Yeah! Now I'm mad. Now I'm
Shell
mad.
sweet. Shell
Out of my
sweet.
way. How about that?
Shell sweet.
How about that? Now I'm mad. Out of my way, Nimrod. How
Shell
about
sweet.
that? Now I'm mad.
Shell
Now
sweet.
I'm mad. How about
Shell
that?
sweet.
Now I'm mad.
Shell sweet.
Now I'm mad.
Mycosaurus Rex. Shell
Out of my
sweet.
way, Nimrod. Out of my way. Now I'm mad.
Shell sweet.
How about that? How about
Shell
that?
sweet.
How about that? How about that? How about that? Now I'm mad. How about that? Out of my way, Nimrod. Now. Out of my way. Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad.
Shell
Now
sweet.
I'm mad.
Eat feet. Eat feet, eat feet, eat feet!
Out of my way, Nimrod! How about that? Out of my way, out of my way!
That's gotta hurt. Shell sweep!
Out of my way, Nimrod! Out of my way!
Shell sweep!
Now I'm mad! Out of my way, Nimrod!
Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
Now I'm
Shell
mad!
sweep!
Now I'm mad! How about that? Out of... Now I'm
Shell
mad!
sweep!
about
Mycosaurus Rex! Shell
How about
sweep!
that?
Mycosaurus!
How about
Shell
that?
sweep!
How
Shell
about that?
sweep!
Out of my way,
Mycosaurus
Nimrod!
Rex! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Mycosaurus Rex!
Yeah! Out of my
Shell
way,
sweep!
Nimrod! How about that? Now I'm mad! How about that? Out of my way, Nimrod! Now I'm mad!
Yeah!
Now I'm mad! Out of my way!
Mycosaurus Rex!
Out of my way! Nimrod! Now I'm mad! Now I'm mad!
Mycosaurus!
Out of my way!
That's gotta
Nimrod.
hurt!
Feel that?
Ouch! Shells!
Intruder alert. Trespassers have been
Shell
detected
sweep!
by the security
Eat
system.
feet, eat feet,
Removal
eat
method has been activated.
Now I'm
Shell
mad!
sweep!
Now I'm
Eat
mad!
feet,
Now
eat
I'm
feet,
mad!
eat feet, eat feet! Eat feet, eat feet! Eat
How about
feet,
that?
eat feet,
Out of
eat
my way!
feet, eat
How about that? Out of my way, Nimrod! Out of my way, Nimrod!
All right!
Now I'm
Look
mad!
out!
Now I'm mad!
Kaboom, baby!
Now I'm mad!
Yeah!
Out of my way! Out of my way, Nimrod! Out of my way! Out of my way! Now I'm mad!
Yeah!
How about that? Out of my way!
Eat feet, eat feet, eat feet!
Ha!
Eat feet, eat feet, eat feet, eat feet!
Caution. The door to the giant Mouser arsenal will now be opened. All personnel proceed with caution.
Out of my way, Nimrod! How about
Kaboom,
that?
baby!
Out of my way,
Shell
Nimrod! How about
Yeah!
how about that? How about that?
Yeah!
Now I'm mad!
Look out!
How about that?
Need
How
it,
about
sir.
that? How about that? Now I'm mad! Out of my way! Now I'm mad!
Yeah!
Out of my way, Nimrod! How about that? How about that? Now I'm mad! Out of my way! Now I'm mad! Now I'm mad! Now I'm mad! How about that?
Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Boom, baby!
How about that? Ha! How about that?
Boom, baby! Look out!
Caution. Security level has been increased to forcible removal mode. The giant Mouser has been activated. Caution. The giant Mouser hatch will now be opened. All personnel within the dynamic test area proceed with extreme caution.
Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Booyah! Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
Out of my... Feel that? Now I'm back. How about that? Out of my way,
Source!
Now I'm back.
Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
Out of my way. Yeah!
Oh yeah!
Now I'm back.
Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Shell
Now
sweep!
I'm mad. Now I'm mad.
Shell sweep! Cowabunga!
How about that?
Cowabunga!
How about that?
Kaboom,
How about
baby!
that? Now.
Shell
How about that? How about that?
Kaboom, baby!
How about that? How about that? How about
Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Shell
Now
sweep!
I'm mad.
Shell sweep!
How about that?
Shell
Out of my
sweep!
way, Nimrod. How about that?
Shell
Now.
Shell sweep!
How about that? Out of my way,
Shell sweep!
Nimrod.
Shell sweep!
Out of my way. Out of my way, Nimrod.
Shell sweep!
How about that? Now I'm mad. Out of my way, Nimrod. Now
Shell
I'm
sweep!
mad. Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad.
Shell sweep!
How about that?
Shell sweep! 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 Shell sweep!
How about that?
Shell sweep!
Out of my way.
Cowabunga! 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 Shell sweep!
How about that? Out of
Shell
my way, Nimrod.
Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Mycosaurus! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Eat! Look out! Yeah! Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet! Look out! Mycosaurus Rex! Shell sweep! Yeah! Cowabunga! Oh yeah! Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Oh yeah! Boom, baby! Yeah! Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet! All right! Shell sweet! Ooh, that's gotta hurt! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Kaboom! Shell sweet! Ooh, that's got a power burn! Mycosaurus Rex! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Ooh, that's gotta hurt! Shell sweet! 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 Would have thought that not
I'm there.
Alert. An error has occurred with the main power control unit. The system has overloaded. Emergency. The error has occurred with the main power control unit. The cooling system has failed and is offline. The temperature inside the main power unit has risen to abnormal levels. Danger. The temperature in the main power unit has now exceeded the recommended safety level. All personnel are required to lift danger. All personnel must evacuate to the safety zone immediately. System shutdown now commencing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Goodbye.
Booyah! Shell sweet! 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 Ooh, that's got Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Ouch! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Ooh, that's gotta hurt! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! Shell sweet! April.
Be careful.
Oh yeah! Sweet! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet!
How about that? Now!
Shell Sweet!
How about that?
Boom, baby! Boom! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet! Ooh, that's gotta hurt! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet! Cowabunga! Cowabunga! Mycosaurus Rex! Look out! Yeah! Shell Sweet! 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 Eat feet! Eat feet! Eat feet! Boom! Oh yeah! Shell Sweet! Look out! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet! Yeah! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet! Shell Sweet!
Out of my way, Nimrod!
Shell Sweet!
Out of my way, Nimrod! How about that?
Booyah! Sorry!
Now I'm mad!
Ouch! Cowabunga! Shell Sweet!
How about that? How about that? Now I'm mad! Out of my way, Nimrod! Now I'm mad!
Shell sweep!
Now I'm mad! Out of
Shell
my way!
sweep!
Out of my way!
Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Oh!
How about that?
Microsaurus
Out of my
Rex!
way, Nim! Out of my way!
Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
How about that?
Shell sweep!
Out of my way, Nimrod!
Cowabunga!
Now I'm mad!
Shell
Now I'm
sweep!
mad! How
Shell
about
sweep!
that?
Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Oh! Microsaurus
Out of my way,
Rex!
Nimrod!
Shell sweep! Oh! Shell sweep! Shell sweep!
Truly has been a long time. I thought perhaps you had gone into hibernation.
You've got no sense of humor, but the armor's cool.
So, you've made it this far. To be honest, I'm surprised you had the ability.
You're not the same.
Listen,
Let's see what you think. Shell sweep! Sorry! Shell sweep! Shell sweep! Booyah!
That.
Sorry! Ouch! Whoa! Micah! All right! Boom, baby! One break! Shell sweep!
Darn it! This guy has no weaknesses!
Just one small opening and I'll take him down.
Oroku Saki.
Master!
Just who are you?
I have come here for the privilege of striking down my master Yoshi's enemy.
What? Hamato Yoshi? What's going on?
Now, my sons,
The secret art of the Ninja Turtles! Turtle power!
This cannot be. I cannot be beaten by these freaks.
Oroku Saki, you would do well to repent of your evil ways. All sins come back to you.
I won't forget this. Don't you dare think that this is over. I will be back.
Master! We've done it! We've defeated Master Yoshi's enemy!
It was a piece of cake.
Yes, fine work, all of you.
That was great, guys.
We couldn't have done it without you and Casey.
Put a shock in it. You're grossing me out. I'm just glad I got a chance to kick Hun's big butt for what he did to my dad.
Hey, enough talking! Let's head home and throw a serious party! I'll even DJ for free!
But, Master, Shredder's last words do trouble me.
Yes, but let us take a break for now. You all truly performed well. I am so proud of my sons.
Turtles rule!